Yes.
That is like the best thing ever.
All right. We're live.
We're live. Yay. My twin.
Yes, we are. We are. We are. We are.
You
Let's.
are watching the Pan African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want: unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherland's calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.
Whoa, 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 whoa. See who is here. Ha. See the Black Queen. See who is here. See who is here on the Pan African Daily TV. Please, please, please join us, join us, join us, join us wherever you're connecting. Today, like we said, we have a special show with Miss Felicia Hardin, the powerful rock, the queen that make things happen. So if you want to get the last taste of it, I know people have been asking, a couple of days ago, what is going to happen in Panama City after One Africa conference in Detroit? And I'll be like, let's wait and see. But right now, I mean, people have been, just procrastinating, and the feeling is still there. That power of oneness, that power of unity, that power of, we've crossed over. There's nobody that can argue it. There's no denial. I mean, whether you like it or not, you must have realized there's a change. Particularly with me, now it's just like I can fly. It's like I see everything that used to be impossible just possible. So actually, what happened at this One Africa conference is a miracle. It's something that, I mean, we've had speakers here who've given their feedback. We've had all sort of, testimonials about what actually happened. But now we slept on again a little while to let people digest it. And then we get to the queen that made this whole thing so sweet, so nice, so easy. And we want to find out, has she rested? Has she even, or is she trying to put something? Did she just throw the camera away and like, I don't want to see nobody again? Or please, Africa, I don't want to hear that word again. These are all things when you, after doing such an event, you know what? What is so challenging, first of all, while we allow, the queen to sit to well seated, and I'm waiting for all of you to connect before we get into the notch of it. It's like most often when you do such hectic events, particularly the One African Conference normally would have taken place at Motherland in Egypt, in Kemet, and after all those challenges, then we had to relocate it because the spirit was just like, no, why not start from here? And so after that, maybe sometimes you just like, you know what, I'm done. Africa, I've delivered. Now I'm on it. But the best thing is when they would want to talk about the Tapmans, they're gonna start talking about the Hardens. When they will want to talk about the Queen Zinga, then sometimes they'll be talking about the Felicia Hardens. So when sometimes they'll start talking about, like we used to talk about, all the queens, the warriors, so tomorrow they start talking about Eni Tata, they start talking about Felicia Hardin, they start talking about Mama Bello Hardin, so everything is just rolling up. They'll start talking about Synovia, they'll talk about Cheryl, they'll talk about every one of us. And that's the beauty of it. That what doesn't make that one we're not tired of doing because tomorrow, names are changing, and every day. And also say she came here with a beautiful afro. Just look at her. You know what she just did to me right now? I was not looking at her. When I saw her, I jumped. I was like, no, I can look different. And coincidentally, why are we dressed like this, for God's sake? Everybody's been saying it. So please welcome with me the indefeatable, the warrior queen, right? The one that I don't know how many ancestors are in her. How many? And just watching on this daughter, on this queen, on this pretty precious one given to us by the precious gods of Africa. Welcome with me here, live in the studio on Pan African Daily. Sister Queen, my beautiful one, the one who always comes in the real way. I cannot throw you many more flowers anymore because you already are there. Nobody can crown you. You have the crown already naturally. How are you doing, my queen?
You know, I let me tell you, you get the best intros, but I'm doing well. I am doing so well. I am so happy to see you. I've been waiting on this all week to sit down and commune with you because you are me. I am you. Look at me. I just so love you. Oh my God, I love you. And anybody that came to the One Africa conference heard me. I was all the way in the back yelling, "I love you, Dr. Susan Tata," because let me tell you, you don't understand how crucial and how significant your presentation was to our conference. And so you were just everything to me. And I'm just so happy just to be sitting here with you. I'm happy to know you. So yeah, we are the same. I tell you, we are the same people. Same people.
Look at me. Who do you see?
I know. Exactly. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. But yes, it's a blessing that we all did it. But putting all this whole thing together, have you rested?
Um, no, not enough, not enough. And I have a really good friend who, in the beginning of me even getting onto this happy journey, quickly on, she was like, "Listen, you're gonna have to really get into self care in a real way because it's a lot of energy coming towards you." And you'll be overwhelmed by it. And I tell you, the first couple events that we had, we did our screening and stuff. Taki and I was laid out, like, like we couldn't even get ourselves together. We couldn't even think of a next step. But this time we built some time. We got there a little bit earlier. We stayed a little bit later, just to try to try to relax. But I tell you, the love that is out there with Black folks, it's still in us. We are still getting phone calls and emails and text messages right now about this event and just what it meant to other people, and really, like, they're just happy that we just made a move, But I tell you, Black folks showed up. It was a good day for Black people.
When we talk about it, I just want to greet the house. I see you. I see all of you. Cheryl, I see you. Eugene, I see you. Papa Shizi, Obiama, I see all of you are seated. Kwame, thank you. Thank you. Elizabeth Mary, Sister is saying za 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 za. What does it mean za 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 za? See, what is it like za za za? Like we're just za 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 za. Thank you, Marquise. I see Brian, Beno. I just want to recognize that we know that you're all in the house. The family is there. You're sitting and you say, yes, we're watching from Liberia. Of course, I do know that you're watching from all over. Beno say, oh, wow, you guys are looking beautiful. Yes. UK in the house, Marcia. Thank you so very much. Oh, Francis says she's watching from Cameroon. Huh. All right. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. Say good job, my queens. Yes, we do know that you're here. Please have a wonderful time with us and just drop your comments into the chat. I'll be bringing them live. If you have questions you want to give, you want to ask to Miss Felicia, she's right here. She's going to answer your questions. The one that I'm not able to ask, most of you've known about the One Africa Conference. It's not news story anymore. Some of you who actually could still say, I still had something that had some doubts, or there's some questions or feedbacks after watching even and rewatching again. And I think the Happy's gave another feedback session. She's going to be telling us everything that was discussed in it. But if you do have a question, like for instance, when is the next One Africa Conference coming up? Where is it going to be? What are the topics going to be? Are you still going to do the Kemet tour? All these things, I think these are all things that Miss Felicia is going to be answering to us tonight and paving us the way forward, because we don't want to lose this feeling of being in the happy moment and the happy season and the happy times forever and ever. So over to you. Now, yes, there's a physical tiredness. but there's also the spiritual one. That one I know you can never get because I never get that one. But the
Yeah.
physical tiredness, like we had the Queen Adama who was saying, after sometimes we need to go back into our soul, revamp the spirit again. Do you think you have enough? Like, I can still do a One Africa conference next Saturday. Watch me.
Yeah, let me tell you, God, that's a good point about the spiritual retreat, because through the process, I was just really working on being present, right? Because, you're there, there's a bunch of things that you have to do. You're like, oh, wait, this is not working out. So you're just ripping and running. And so I really tried to stay present, right? Because that's really how I was able to get the strength to kind of keep going, because people were bringing their A game to this, and not just to presenters, but everyone's story about how they got to this event. All of that was just really fueling me. And, afterwards, I had a lot of time to just sit and think. I was like, just a couple of years ago, I was just sitting in my car waiting for my kids to come out of tutoring. And that was the first time that I met Taki. And since then, we've been off like on this journey. And it's, just sitting with that really has fueled us in a different way. So yeah, we're really excited about, what the future holds. And yes, we're still going to Kemet. We are all packed up, ready to go pretty soon here. So that's still happening. When we look at the Hoppy movement, where, every week, we've been talking about this movement for the last couple of years. Before we even did the documentary, it was a thought in Taki's mind about this happy movement. And the first principle is loving Black people. And I tell you, that event that we had in Detroit, it hit our number one principle just 1,000 times. It was like Black people loving on Black people. It was so nice. That when you walked into the hotel, it smelled of sage and Black love. Like you was just drawn to the second floor. And it was just, I can't even explain it. It just felt like oneness. It felt like love. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And particularly if you look at this One Africa conference, I mean, everyone is always gonna like, yes, we've been having conversations, we've been having this, like everyone is like, how many times are we going to do conferences and stuff like that? But there is just still something that is unique, and there is something that we know. It is time. It is our time. Because I didn't feel that energy. You didn't feel it. There was no energy of anger. That's what I noticed. There was no energy of even a fight. Like, what are they doing to us? Or look at this. There was not. There was no energy about complaint. There was no energy like, look at what. But there was just this harmony of us to us, just talking about our own business. Did you have that impression?
Yes. And, it's so interesting that you say that, because the amount of pushback we've been having in the spiritual world and in the physical world with putting on this conference has been unsurmountable. But the way that we were able to push through that, and when I say we, I am not just talking about myself and Taki, I'm talking about all of us. Like almost every presenter had something that was like either going to impede them in getting there or not. But when at the end of the day, who showed up, showed out. All the little things that we were battling, it worked out. And it not only worked out, it took it to a whole different level, and the whole time, we're just like, if we can just get to this day, and if people can just show up, we were just like, we hope people show up. And not only did people show up, but it was like they showed up in love. They showed up with their arms open. We could not have imagined what was happening. And it's so interesting. You were talking about these other like conferences. This conference was like really a big conference coming out of COVID. that was, predominantly in person. We had some people coming in virtually, but it was predominantly in person. We were, I think I might have saw one mask. I think one person had a mask on. And I think at some point the mask came off too. And it was just, we were touching each other. We were holding each other. To see the elderly with the young, with young, like it was almost like a utopia. And I knew, like, after that happened, I was like, oh my God, we thought they were coming for us before, they're gonna come for us after this. Because we opened up a door that we swung open the door. And we are so clear, this was just not another conference. This was the conference that's going to help Black people get back on it, to get back their footing, to get back their footing. We did, it's just like what you said during your presentation. We didn't forget these things. They're in us. And that event was a way for us to start remembering. And it was just so, oh my, yeah. It was just, it was beautiful.
Yeah. The beginning of everything is always like very special, but this one was the finishing point of the anger. That's what I felt. The anger in us, the regret in us, the complaints in us, you had that people that are walked over, the finished product, the pearls, and everything was just lighting, illuminating one another. There was not just like in the previous, like we say, every generation has its own responsibility. And there were generations that we really complain a lot, that we cried a lot. And even if you see this kind of teachings like we're having here, in our curriculum, it's more about the teaching why the moment, why now, and getting into it. But like in the previous. So do you want to tell us that we should just get ready anytime we should be in Kemet? Are you going to communicate it, the time, the date, the ticket? Is it also going to be a virtual, or now you say no, COVID is open, that we have that space, we have that stadium, we can actually be there live? I mean, like any other one. What would you actually think of, like when we're doing the next one in Kemet?
So, it's so funny about, somebody during the conference was like, okay, put me down for the next one. And up until this point, I had never thought about the next one. We were like, let's just get through this one. And I kept telling people, I was like, it's just like you had a baby. The baby is an infant. And someone's walking around talking about, we're going to have another baby. It's like the baby just came out. The baby just came out. The baby's still nursing. It's like, I can't think of another baby right now. And something you said in your presentation, which I was like, I mean, tears were coming down my eyes in so much of your presentation. But when you said, there's no other one Africa. Like, this is it. Like, we all collectively said we were going to be here today. Like, we had already talked about it. When you said that, I was like, and I started thinking, I was like, we did all manifest this. We didn't know we did, but we did. And so, when I think about like the next one, I don't even know what the next one looks like. Taki and I have not even talked about another one. I was looking at your show last week when I heard him say, I got some ideas for the next one. I was like, oh, there's a next one. I was like, okay. Let me tell you, I don't know what the next one's gonna look like. I know that we are still traveling to Kemet. That's definitely happening. We're traveling this year. We're going to be traveling a lot next year. We're going to still keep doing our happy tours to Kemet, but I don't know about One Africa. I don't know. I know this one is in my heart forever because it just blew everything that we thought we knew about Black people out the water, because there was nothing there. And let me tell you, when you were saying that about disagreements. So we initially had booked 2 floors for the conference. And one floor was going to be the Hoppy Marketplace with a bunch of vendors. And then we were going to have the conference upstairs. So, when we got the first couple of vendors coming in, we were just like, this one woman, Marin, and oh my, I wish she was looking today so she can tell me the name of her company. But she kind of approached me and she was like, listen, we are too far from where the conference is, even though it was just like down a floor. And she was like, no one's going to come by. And she was like, this is really not good. So I'm leaving. I was like, oh, okay, at this point we're in the midst, we're getting ready to open up our first day. I can't go back and forth with her. So I was like, okay, I'll give you your money back. Just talk to me on Monday after everything's done. So I go downstairs and I'm like looking at the space, and then I talked to Taki about it, and we're like, she's right. Right. So in the midst of us trying to figure stuff out, this is Friday night. We ended up moving everything and stuffing all the vendors in 2 rooms, but it was literally right across from where the conference was going to be, like on the same floor. And let me tell you, them vendors was pushed up like this, and everybody was happy. I called her back, and I was texting her. I was like, we did what you said. We're in, upstairs. She's like, I'm coming back. And so she came back. I gave her a space, and everyone was, packed in. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, there was no, like, when we told the vendors, listen, we're going to be upstairs, this is our space. Nobody was getting it. Nobody was tight. Nobody had an attitude. Everybody's like, okay, even though people had actually set up their whole, like all their wares were set up downstairs. Let me tell you, people were just helping. Everybody packed everybody's stuff up and moved upstairs. And it ended up being the best. Like, it ended up being the best. So it's like everything in our minds that we thought was challenges or people were trying to stop us, it was like, oh no, no. Hoppy was like, Hoppy shut that down.com. So it was just nice, very nice.
Beautiful. Another thing that I see, or you could feel it in the spirit, was the intentions. Okay. So it is at this point where I begin to think, like, probably that's the next step where we are going to our intentions. Our intentions betray us a lot. And I said it here when we had Taki and Brother Ron Spears to say, the intentions of Felicia is what actually betrayed us, that love. Because sometimes we don't see it. We Africans, we don't see it. But some things happen with another effect. It is just because of the intentions. Those intentions that we have that we don't see. It is always what betrays the love that we feel, or the opposite of it. And so sometimes when something doesn't just move, we're like, what are the intentions? Like, what are the intentions? We question the intentions because these are really the motives why we don't see them, but you see the outcome and the spirituality in it. But like you said, and like I said, there is going to be no One Africa conference. There's no One Africa conference again. What we're going to experience in Kemet is a presentation or an edition, or what we're going to experience in Germany is going to be they how do I say it? It's a German word is coming into my mouth, but it's the sequence, the series of that. Because what happened? If we want to do another one again, that it means that was not the purpose, isn't it?
Yeah. And this was so personal for us because, and let me just, because I don't know if all your viewers know what happened to us when we were planning on going to Kemet. We were all ready. 209 people had said yes to traveling with us. Aket Tours / Hoppy. Taki has been doing trips to Kemet for 23 years. This is going to be our 23rd year in Kemet. And, a group tried to attack us on Facebook, okay, which started a series of events. And this series of events, unfortunately, some of the people who contributed to us having to shut down the conference look like us, right? Which was really, that was really disheartening. But at the core of it, when we found out that we were going to have to cancel this, in our minds, we were saying canceling, but we were really like, we're rescheduling this because this is something we had worked on for 10 months. And we were clear that we had to do this conference for a lot of reasons, right? And so it wasn't going to be stopped. We might have had to kind of figure out some stuff. And it was sad when we were like, damn, we got to, figure out how we're going to make this happen. Because we wasn't just doing it for us. Like, we don't need a conference. No, this was really for us, collectively for us, right? So, Taki had approached, when we were started talking about it, he was like, okay, I'm thinking we should move it to Detroit. And I was like, Detroit? And the other girl that helps us, Dr. Brittany Motley, Dr. Motley, she's also from Detroit. And so we were like, Detroit? And he was like, yo, we were in Detroit. We were in Detroit earlier in September, and they, we had a screening. So he was like, all the Black people there, we going to Detroit. So we was like, yo, we going to Detroit. So we started putting together this piece. Now, keep in mind, these forces, some didn't look like us and some looked like us, was still trying to stop us. At every turn, they were doing things. They were contacting people. They were just really trying to stop us. And so we knew we were onto something because, why else would anybody care about this conference unless they knew the power of us really uniting? And that's where the title came from, the power of unity, because we understood that now we got to have a whole different conversation, because as Black entities, we can't exist without each other. We're tired of fighting each other. This is stupid. Like, it's stupid to be fighting each other. We are literally have the same intention, which is to help Black people. I don't care how you're trying to do it. If you're trying to help Black people, we are with you. And we have this conversation with everybody. We don't care. If that's your method, whatever, as long as you're not harming Black people, you're not trying to take advantage or exploiting Black people, we down with you. Okay. And that has been that's what the Hopi River did, for all of us. So it's like, it's literally like, we are working through that spirit of Hopi, right? So we move everything, we get everything kind of up and running in Detroit. Still, forces are like, oh no, we're gonna mess with people who are coming. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And we were like, whatever. People who were removed were replaced with people that was even better than we could have expected. And when I say better, oh my God. Like, I know this is the Dr. Susan Tata show. So I have got to talk about your performance. Because I know, because you're like me and you can't hear it, but I got to tell you, and I don't know if people knew, like, this sister right here was trying to get on the plane. She was going to be in person. I was going to be able to put my hands on Dr. Susan Tata. We were excited. Professor Small was like, I can't wait to see her. Dr. Baina Bello was like, Susan's coming. I was like, Susan coming. We were amped. Okay, you and I, we were like, we gonna see Dr. Susan Tata. Then she couldn't get on the plane. What? Like, what the hell is that? She couldn't get on the plane. Not one day, but 2 days could not get on the plane. And I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, God, they messing with Dr. Susan Tata. I was like, okay. And I was like, and she had a whole presentation. She sent it to me. She whipped up a presentation like in an hour. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be fabulous. But she couldn't get on the plane. I was like, what the hell is happening? So I text you literally an hour before, like, yo, you can do your presentation. You're like, I don't need it. I'm just going to talk. And I was like, okay. And the talk that you did, we were like this the whole time. Grown men had tears down their face. Women was weeping. And as I talked to you, I was like, you couldn't have come to Detroit and delivered a message like this. That message you delivered was only delivered through you fighting for our people, for you fighting to be on that stage to deliver that message. And you couldn't have gotten that fight together had you not, if it was so easy for you to get on the plane. Them trying to stop you made you go internal in a way that I was like, damn. I was like, yo. And it was so funny because I was standing next to the live streamers, and every time they kept looking at me, and I was like, yeah. I mean, I was like screaming for you because it was like you were talking to our souls. And anybody in that spot knows, everybody in there was like, damn, Susan, like, we watch you. So we know what you're capable of, but you took it to a whole different level. And it was just like, and I was liking this whole experience of One Africa to the Jamaican girls 4x100 relay racers, how they pass the baton. They don't even know if other people are even on the track with them. They are racing, they are running their own race. They are smoking everybody and they are passing that baton. And that's exactly what every presenter did. So you took that baton and ran with it. I was like, damn. Like it was, I'm just so happy that I was able to sit there and witness that. But that's the thing, but that's what I'm trying to, let everybody know, is that they were coming for us in all different planes. We didn't know where it was coming from, although we just know they were trying to stop it. And we were like, oh, you're trying to stop it? I got some for you. And it was like, everyone we were at a plane that no one could touch us collectively. Wasn't just me on that plane, wasn't just Taki, wasn't just Dr. Motley, wasn't just you. It was like, we were all up here. And it was just, I tell you, yeah. So I appreciate you in a real way. Because you delivered that. I mean, I was seeing my ancestors talk to me with love. Yeah, it was beautiful.
The magic is unexplainable. Nobody can explain that. I don't even want to explain, but this is the reason why I think, when I say intentions, and when I say some of the things that we even do, like Africans, and we keep thinking that, no, the powers that are just in this whole process where we are now, when we say words and we do words and we explain words, and we don't know that before we even think about it, it's a whole process that has been reprocessed. And so when we say we're just fulfilling our purpose, like Queen Adama said, we just, it's, I don't know how we can really put it for us to understand that we're just beings that are here to just fulfill a purpose. So whether we shout, whether we say anything, whether we go up, whether we say, oh no, we're just talking, oh, we cannot do this, oh, we cannot do this. The ancestors just look at us, the pastors, we just look at us and just laugh, because the divine plan is greater than we can ever think about it. And that's and in that sense, like even just the fact that it is impossible for us to even just think, what can this one do? Who can offer this one? Oh, where's the prophet gonna come from? How is he gonna look like? No, it can just be, it's gonna be one of just you and I and us. And it's gonna be a shocking thing. It's gonna be the shocking thing. If we are waiting on the leadership, that's where we want to get to. That's why you see the whole thing is going into this spirituality. Oh, our leaders are not doing this. Oh, it's because of this. Do you really think what you saw and what happened is the routing? It is above that, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, first of all, we're all leaders. Like Black people, we leaders. We are leaders in every walk of life. And what we're here, the spirit of Happy, is to show people this idea of working together, but not just talking about it. Like, we are literally working with others and we're making other people work with each other.
Yes.
And we have so many real conversations with groups behind the scenes. Like, listen, I don't care if you don't like such stuff. Who cares? I don't care if you like it. Who cares? We're going to work together because we're both trying to get to this. We love Black people enough to try to get to this place, right? And to bring everybody along. So the working piece is essential. That we can't do it by ourselves. Like, there's no way we could have had a conference if did nobody show up. And I think a lot of times we're trying to put people, in power, and we're trying to do this and that, but we can't. That's too much, right? Natural leaders will naturally rise to where they need to be, and we need to be there to support them. But it goes back to what Dr. Jeffries talks about all the time. The cooperative, the economics, the cultural piece, and the political piece, right? And everybody has to first know who they are. And Kaba Kabane talked about that. That was his presentation. Yes. Who you are, because if you don't know who you are, you can't be out here fighting nobody. You can't be, in part of a team if you don't even know what makes you, like, what's even driving you. You're gonna end up like destroying the team. So first, just go within. Come on, we got to ask ourselves hard questions. And sometimes we don't know what to ask, or how to ask it, but we have people who love us around us that will, let me tell you, the people around us will let you know what you got to work on. But like, really first figuring out, why are we here? What am I supposed to be doing? And then you find like-minded people who are doing the same thing, but that whole idea of, politics, culture, and economics working all three, we need all three. And there's enough of us to make sure that all that happens.
I share. I mean, it's I hear our word and wisdom is power. Yes. Our word and wisdom is power, and we could feel it. Another thing at this conference, and like, I don't know why, but there's just something. I still don't know. But there's, of course, that unity, because like we said, it was either a conference on the continent, it was either a conference in the diaspora, but there's never maybe leaders had to leave the continent, come to the diaspora, like the Sheikh Anta Diop and Kwame Nkrumah, to study, and then they met their brothers in the diaspora and stuff, like, or Malcolm X, or the others had to go to the continent, or Dr. Leonard Jeffries, or it has always been some particles of light.
Yeah.
But this one Africa conference, and when you look at even the title, we can say one Africa conference, and if you're not conscious, you're still going to look like a one Africa conference, like, okay, we coming together. But the power in unity, even the word, the whole, I'm telling you, Miss Felicia, you need to go through it again, because every single day you still see every word even was fitting.
Yes.
One Africa, power in unity. There's no other. I've changed titles of any other thing that I want to, because all the key words that we need for our freedom, for our liberation, for our political agenda, for economy, unity, culture, history, everything is in that.
Yes.
Analyze it, take every word, break it, connect the one word to the other. One, you get it? Africa.
Yes.
When you combine, you get one Africa. When you get Africa, you take power. You can still put African power, it goes. But you can still take one Africa power, it goes. You put the unity, you can still take power and unity, it goes. But you can still take you can put and twist that. I don't see any other topic that doesn't fit the Africa that we want in this one.
Yes.
So we're calling on the global viewers here, whether they are organizations, whether they are everything, the emblem, the flag, the key words of what we want to achieve is all in one Africa, power in unity. Do you want to disagree?
No. And you know what? And I tell you, that power in unity, because when we were going through all that drama in Egypt, we kept saying there was no one there. There was no other entity we could go to and be like, oh, wait, this going down. I got you, and come in and help us. Right. So that power and unity was what we needed, but we didn't have a power and unity. That's why they were able to seemingly do what they thought they were doing to us, because we didn't have a power and unity. But when we started once we moved the conference, we started really looking at power and unity. And we started to really dissect, like you said, what those words meant. So first of all, the power piece, which is so important, because every time we think about power, everyone thinks about money, but it's not always about money. It's not always about economics. This power, this Black power, love power, patience power, like those things all started to come. They all started to come. And at first, power and unity is what we wanted, and that's why we named the conference that. But then the conference became that. It became power and unity, because the people who showed up was like, they were making a declaration that they wanted unity. The people who signed on to our talks, who was on live stream, who sent us text messages, who sent us, emails, who donated to what we were doing, they were all part of this unity piece. They were all saying, I'm ready for unity. So it's like collectively these pieces started coming, and it started to, like we started to believe like what we needed in Egypt was happening in Detroit, like by text. There was a brother Doyle. Brother Doyle was getting at me, and it was like a lot of like younger, I mean not younger, but like older people sharing with us their stories and how they felt like we could only get right here. We're so happy's here to take us to the next level. And it was like, that's the stuff that was fueling us, because a lot of times we're sitting here thinking like, is anybody really listening? We only got such and such views on the YouTube or whatever, but people were listening and people took the challenge. People were like, yo, I want this power in unity. I want to be part of that. And so, we were saying it because that's what we needed. We needed power and unity because we didn't have it. But by the time Detroit came, it was there, and it's not going nowhere. And that's the thing that we realized that people are really tight about. Like they are so tight that we are going to get together, that we are together, and that we're about to help each other make their dreams come true. Like there was a girl who worked in the hotel, a little young Black girl, and she came upstairs. And now, like I said, you could smell sage. Okay, we had sage because we had to keep these little demon people away from us, right? So we were saging up constantly, So when you walked into the hotel, even though we're on the second floor, you smelled the sage, right? So she comes upstairs. She was like, my coworkers, they want to, call the fire department. We don't know what's burning. She's like, whatever it is, it smells good to me. Now, keep in mind, this is a Black girl, right? Keep in mind, she's like, her coworkers, they didn't really understand. And we know why they don't understand sage, right? So anyway, I tell her, I was like, oh yeah, no, it's good. You don't need to call the fire department. She's like, I want some of that. So I took her over to the marketplace, which is right across the hallway. And this girl has like 7 different sages. I was like, oh, this is where you get the sage. And she was like, oh my God, thank you. So when we checked out, I'm talking to this young girl. She was like, thank you. This has been the best life. This has been the best experience of my whole entire life working here. Not only did I get the sage, but I put a down payment to go to Tanzania because there was a group that goes to Tanzania, Haki's group. I cannot think of Haki's group right now, but they take people to Tanzania. She had put her down payment to go to Tanzania. She bought some other goods from up there, and she was feeling so good. She was like, I've never felt like this with Black people before. That's what she told me. And I was like, oh my God, that's just one person. So so we didn't go there thinking, okay, we're going to do this and this. We want her to have experience that. No, we were just like, we want for Black folks to love each other. Yes. Because we know, like Asar Imhotep says it all the time. He was like, once we love each other and we trust each other, oh, game over. Game over. Now I can work with you. I can open a business with you. I can do all those things. And so she was a representation of what we were trying to do all like the whole time. We had an elderly woman. She was actually the first person who bought a live stream ticket. The very first person, Sequoia. She bought a live stream ticket. Then she decided at some point when it moves from being in Egypt, there's going to be in Detroit. She's like, I can get there. She was from LA. She took 3 trains and a bus because she don't fly. She took 3 trains and a bus to come support us. Well, I was like, what? She was it was just like just incredible. So we just like, it's many stories like this. But that's what this is about. But we can have one Africa wherever we are. Like we don't have to not like the Black person that we see walking down the street. We don't have to, we actually can choose to smile. Just smile, say hi. It starts right there. Just smile and say hi. Yeah. Just smile and say hi.
It's very important to understand. And sometimes some things are not just explainable because the love that cut everyone and that spirit, and that's what we're saying, it can never leave us again. And that's just that one love and that one power, that one Africa, that one unity. There's nothing again. And it's just the same. Like we say 12-12 is one. All is one. It looks the same. Yes. It can never be different. It's a 12 and a 12, and it's all. It's complete. It's full. Right. So Every other thing that is going to happen now depends on the way we already just agree. Imagine we leave the One Africa conference, and that's what I keep telling the family. And then we just go back to start doubting, to start like, because like it's a one-way thing now. It's just a one way that we're going. There's no turning back. There's nothing that has to bring us back to begin. Now we can only look like, how does this one love, what this unity looks like? Every other thing that we'll be doing, like the next conferences that you're saying, is going to be something else. But we are never going to sit again on this and start saying, oh, why were we not? Oh, why this not happen? I think it's the same thing that we'll be meeting in Panama, to just like, that's reconciliation. Like I said, the Queen Mother said, it was done in Detroit. Now we're just sitting here now to meet and just
We're gonna
maybe some.
continue. It's gonna keep rolling. It's gonna get to Panama. It's gonna be rolling like this, so it's gonna be bigger. Like this. That's why they want to stop us. You got to start the beginning, so that there's no end. You have to stop us, but you didn't. You actually fueled us. So now we got Panama. What's the next? Who else is having something? Because we're gonna be that happy love, that one Africa love is traveling over there too. Because we have, you see, the thing about it is like the people who are signing on to this now, they not playing. Like they're not playing. Like I'm looking at people in your chat, and I'm like, when we're doing happy talks, I see most of these people. But even the people who I don't know, I'm already feeling love from them. So it's not stopping. What you tried to stop, it's out of our hands at this point, and it's just going to, keep getting bigger and better. Like this is awesome. Like this is, I tell you, this is going to be, we've already laid. It's like, what's the there's a term that my grandmother used to say. She was like, she's like, they're gonna make me open a can of whoop ass. And so that's what's happening. That's happening. The can of whoop ass is already open, and we about to get it in. So it's gonna be beautiful.
The one thing that we don't have to okay, I see a lot of people asking what was the reason why Dr. Susan could not get if you want to find out the reason, please text us privately, and we could share some information with you. But you know why? Because we are not going to give and glorify any system for whatever thing they're trying to do to us. We're never going to do that.
Right.
And everything, yes, exactly. Ooh, wow. Woo.
Yeah.
That
and
is
it. Yes. And you know what? And so this is like another thing, right? So we planned this book. Yes. We got a bunch of people. We were advertising, like, you can advertise your business in our book, right? So we had, everything was set, and something happened with the printer. So we had to actually print these up. The conference started at 9:00 in the morning. The man dropped these off at the hotel like 3:00 in the morning. Okay, because we had to get to Detroit to print them. We were supposed to print them in New York. Things were not happening for that to happen. So we had to print them up, there. So we had a limited amount of copies. And we're doing a reprint. We're going to add some more stuff in here. Because we were like, we got to, get these out. And, it was like, it's just a book. People would be happy if they came and didn't have the book. But the book became the thing. People were taking the books. And we were like, wait, what? And so we were like, oh my God, the power of this book, because there's a Black directory in there. It's all of, it has each and all you guys, like, beautiful pictures, and then like your abstracts of what you're going to talk about. And, we were like, oh my God. I was like, we got to reprint this book now and make copies to make sure everyone gets one. But that's what I'm saying. It's like things that were not working out. It went to a whole different level, and so it's just the power of our spirit. Like our ancestors they're so happy right now. They're just like, yes, yes, yes. This is nice.
There was an Annie waiting for a Felicia, and they had never met, and this son would never had risen. There was a Cheryl Penny, or there was, a Matamera in Zimbabwe that had never met. And so this had to melt together. It couldn't, and now we shouldn't even doubt it. We could not even doubt it. That's why there's no reason. Like I see Elder Marvin is saying here, it's like a snowball, and we're growing and growing and unstoppable.
Yes.
Particularly at This point where we crossed the one Africa, like we said, I said it, it's the crossover. It's gone. It's finished.
It's
Oh,
I know. And you
over.
yes. When you were saying it, I tell you, our MC, Dr. Ken Harris, he runs the National Business League. He was like, he used that for the rest of the evening. He was like, Dr. Susan Tata had already said it. It's the crossover. Like he used it throughout the rest of the day. And this is what I'm trying to, I don't think people, well, I think people who are tuned in understand, right? They understand it because, and you know, everybody, we were all there. Even though you were on live stream, you were still with us because we felt the live stream, you know, and we are, you know, people are asking us, are you going to, yes, we are currently like right this second editing the piece. We're, you know, so that we can make sure we kind of take out all those long breaks so that you can just sit and watch, because you figure it was like 9 hours one day and 8 hours, I think the next day. That's a lot of footage. I mean, it took us almost a day just to upload the footage, but we are going to, you know, get that together. That's going to be done within the next 2 weeks so that you guys can you know, can get it. I saw that somebody was saying that we should be showing like what you, like your presentation over and over and over again. Absolutely. We can't wait to get some pieces and take it out and put it over here, because you were magnificent. Like, oh my, like you were magnificent.
It's a like yes, I know. I even Mama Bella, when she calls me, she's like, I can tell you 1 million times, whether you would like to hear it or not, we would keep saying it and saying it. And I said, it just takes a piece. It always has taken a complete, it always has taken the spirit of oneness. And that's why I still say it is no coincidence when we say one. What is one? If we look at one is one. It's not divided. You can break one. It's one.
That's right.
And one is complete. It's full. It's whole. It's one. And so one Africa. It is one. Yes. The power in that one. So there's no other way. So whether what I said or whether who said, it is one. It all came down to the complete. So yes. However, that journey, the crossover would have been, no, the continent would not meet. The diaspora would still be a half. And the whole miracle and the whole spiritual fight and the battle to stop those that could not make it was that one that crossed over. I'm sorry, I have to say it because it's something I shouldn't say, but that is said. That was the finish. That is over. The one.
Yes.
Because the fight, even with your technique, you said it. Everything that was going on there was like, it must not complete. And then we would have still built the broken puzzles. We would have still been, you know, okay, I didn't. And then even at the point where if even they had to stop the virtual and I could still not make it through the virtual, then we would still need another turnover to get it that one. But the fact that everything melted into that oneness, because all is one. Ignore me without you is one. That's what we say. If you look at 12 and 12, it's one. As a matter of fact, it's one. So our unity is one. And you hear, you know, $1, one Africa, everything that is one is that spirit and it's unbreakable. You can't do anything with it. You cannot split it again into pieces, into particles to give it something. It is one. And because we crossed over, there's nothing over. Game. Finish. Yeah. Now we can enjoy. We can go to any other thing. Now it's time to party. It's time to just, you'll see everything that is going to come. Yes. What can I do for you, Madam Africa, Miss Africa, Daughter Africa, Queen Mother Africa? What is it that I can do? That's the narrative that is going to come to every African anywhere. People are going to ask you for solutions. They're going to ask you, oh, I can't do this. I can't figure. Or when you say something, they're going to, oh, really? I didn't think about it. Oh, I didn't know that was it. That is that power of oneness that we did that our ancestors did through us in Detroit. everything, even the memories, like we said, it's gonna coming back now. Everything is just coming back. Like, oh really? Oh, I didn't even know. You look at you. Look at how you're glowing, Felicia. Look at you in the mirror. You'll be like, oh, this is me. That is me.
You know, yes, you actually bring up something that I didn't think about when you were saying about one. And it's true. It's like once you're part of that oneness, now you have other people that can help you. They can give you ideas. Like you have a team. I know I couldn't do it without like my team. You can do it without your team. But now with this oneness, we have a team everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a team. Like I always tell my kids now. Oh, my oldest one turned 18 yesterday. I was like, oh my God, he's 18. I just think about nursing this baby. But I think about before, like when he was younger and and out there and have to, get on the train and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if anything ever happened to you and I'm not around, just go to a Black person. Like that would be that's always my thing. But this is like, it's the same concept of oneness. It's like, we know we can rely on each other. Being part of one means you got some other people, that you're not out here by yourself, because you're definitely not out here by yourself. A sister had sent me a text yesterday telling me that she wanted to do, this school and this and that. I immediately put her in touch with someone else who's already doing this, but in another state, because now she's part of oneness, right? So oneness means we're working together. We're co-creating our next steps together. That's the power. That's the power in unity. It's the power of oneness. Yes, Dr. Tata, I like that. I like that.
One. See it everywhere. You're gonna see there's no option. Like Stevie, my sister Queen, they said we have no other option but to rise. And we already risen. Now we already risen. You see in the it's still not there. We're still like, you're caught in, you're free, but you're still hovering around. What we're doing now after the One Africa conference is we're still hovering around and still thinking, but we're gone. We're already gone. Like I say, because if you are not rising, if you're not yet above, you still look at things like, why are my things not like? No. If you're conscious and you're already there and you're elevated, and your things can never be the same again in whatever thing you are doing in the area of your service, you must experience the oneness. You must experience the next step. And the next step is, because we're whole, everyone is going to come to you. The world is asking for African solutions. We do know. And these solutions, it's not just because the crossover is already there. And that power, we're going to see a lot. Now, I received a video. I wanted to show it today, but it was just like Uganda. You see Uganda or Namibia, and we see the young people in the mines that used to work for the Chinese and got little paid. And this EFF of went to these quarters and they were interviewing them. And you could see the people just rising and like, no, we never wanted it like this. Because they asked them, look at over just across where the Chinese people that are employing you are living. And then look at where you are living in hurt. Look at where you are, what you're eating. What do you think this is it? Can you tell us? And he turned and was like, no, we never even wanted it like this. And then the police were coming and they gathered up together. You see, it's coming. It's coming. The awakening, the spirit that we're sending out, the vibration that we're giving. And that's why we said we only forgot, but it's now everywhere. And people are going to start coming. Even those that we used to think that this is they would come to you, Africa. They would come to you to ask, not forgiveness, solutions. Because we can't forgive nobody. They're going to come from every other angle. What can I do? Oh, I'm sorry, I did this or this. And you know what? Because we're oneness, what is the next step? Let it go. What else can we do?
Yeah, you know what? We can assume our position, right? We can assume our positions. We can reclaim our positions. And we just need to own our solutions. That's the thing. It's about owning our solutions. We're not just giving it away. Oh, here, no, no. The price you might have paid for it back then ain't the price you're about to pay for it right now. because we can fix all this. That's why, I always think about when corporations or whatever is like they about to go down, you always see them hiring a Black person. Why? Because we come in and we're solution people. We've always been solution people. We create what we need. And so they know that they're about to be okay. Whoever, when they hire us, they may act like they don't. I mean, they're not acting. They don't like us. They don't really, want us there, but they understand if they want to be okay, they're going to have to, play ball with us. But I'm saying we ain't got to play ball with them. We have the ball and the bat. We don't need them, And this whole, I love it about Uganda. Like, that's what's up. We have to just sit and we have to understand that there's a physical fight that's going on this plane, but there's a spiritual fight that's going on that I could be sitting here and talking to, the sister in the UK that was on your chat. I can be talking to her spiritually. We don't need to take our plans and our strategy on this physical plane. Our strategy and how we're going to work stuff out is all spiritual, and we need to get tapped in. Like, that's it. Get tapped in, get the spiritual plan, know what we're going to do, come down to this physical world and knock it out. And that's a real thing. That's African sacred science. Professor Small talks about it all the time. And, that's the stuff. Those are all the things that came out that one Africa. That's all those things that they were trying to hush us about. But it was all coming. It was all coming out. Like, we were just like, no, we ain't doing, no. So yeah, I can't wait. This is it's the beginning of something just beautiful.
Unstoppable Africa is what we're talking about. Unstoppable Africa. And that's why it takes just the action now. Set up your alarms at 12 p.m. The next thing that doesn't cost anything out of this love is a symbol, it's a code of unity. And that code, I hope as I'm talking to all of us, I don't have to remind any one of us that we need to already go to Happy Talks and subscribe. Because this code, we already defined it on the last show. I hope I'm not going to be asking you, did you subscribe? And then you go and say, oh, Dr. Susan, I subscribed. Look, I have done. I hope you just know any guest that is coming here, or not guest, because it's a family member. Any family member that is coming here that we need to follow, that we need to be on that platform, we just know what we're supposed to do. Because I see how many of us are watching from our diverse platforms. If you haven't already done it, let me remind, because, I know you say, Dr. Susan, that's your job. Tell us all the time. Yes, I do agree. I'm serving. Yes, give us a message all the time if we forgot. But if you had set your alarm at 12 p.m., you would just understand. If you had set your alarm, because that alarm, I keep telling you, that's the message that was given to us by our ancestors. Set your solidarity alarm at 12 p.m. Each time when it rings, I am because you are because I am. That's what you just say in your meditation. So if you had set your alarm, Sister Felicia is here, you just go to Happy Talks and just click subscribe and your notification button, because the time is now. If you had set your 12 p.m. alarm, then you just go to $1oneafrica.com and put your $1 in that.
Yes.
If you had set your 12 p.m., because that's the code that activates the melanin in you. You just remember, we're not going to go to sleep again. So please do it. Go and subscribe. Happy Talks. You see the book? Wow. You know Felicia sitting here. Look at how look at how it's blinking. Look at how it's glowing. Just look at it. Wow.
I know. God. This, we're really proud. We're proud of the book. We're just proud of just the love, just the love that's out there, and the love that we feel. We still feeling this love. And you're so right. I think sometimes we think it is all difficult. No, like, especially when you're looking at something on YouTube, just like it. Just like it. Like, a lot of times we need to do things for other Black people just because they're Black. That's it. They Black, Yep, do it. Like that. Sometimes you don't need any other information other than they black. We gonna do it.
Yes.
You know,
And
like
don't
that's
question. And don't question anything. Don't question anything, because the first thing is like, oh, why it, because that's how we're going to be breaking that disunity. Like we
yes.
say, when Ubuntu, I am because you are. So even if I'm weak, and you know that I am because you are, and then you feel my weakness, then you are stronger than me, and the strength comes together. It's all one. It's all one. The numbers are one. The message is one. Set your solidarity alarm. You just know what to do. We don't need to ask for donation. We don't need to be asking. The reminder stage is over. Our melanin, we're activating it. And so just do what we are supposed to do.
I love that. We are activating our melanin. Yes, I love that. Our solidarity clock is set. Our
It is.
solidarity.
It is.
Yep.
Everyone that made it possible, everyone that made it possible. Now, another secret that I want to ask you, sister. This
Mm-hmm.
one is not just like, let me just, what is the secret? I don't know whether you've noticed it. Begin to see it after the One Africa conference, even all the guests that you have on Happy Talks for whatever, for feedback. Look at Mama Bello, look at Dr. Jeffries. They're reversing in age,
Yeah.
glowing, young. Look at you now. I want to start right there. We had Queen Adama. We have to reverse. It's a reversal theory. And you will start looking at you, and you would see how you glow, how you reverse all the pain, because that pain made us old, that pain made us labor.
Mm.
We look like, begin to look at the new version of you after One Africa, after the 12-12 Ubuntu. Look at your skin. Felicia, tell me, if you just look at you, the you that I know sometimes is not this you that I'm saying. You're so glowing, you're shining. Tell us.
You know what? Let me tell you, it's so funny you say that because about Dr. J. And I'm gonna come back to me. But when Dr. J delivered his speech, this man is 85 years old. Okay, he's 85. He'll be 86 next year, January 19th. This man kicked his leg up. His leg was in the air. He knelt down. He stood up by himself. Like he was moving around like he was 25 years old. And he spoke for 2 hours. And and I'm looking at him and I'm like, see, this is the blackness that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the blackness I know. That when people say black don't crack, because we're getting back to the blackness that we know. The blackness that we know don't look shriveled down and broke down. No, because the blackness I know takes care of ourselves. We exercise. We really, do self-care. And I have to tell you that self-care piece, two people, Dr. Ken Harris and Dion Grayman. These two have been talking about self-care in a real way, but not like how other people talk about self-care, like, oh, let's get my nails done. And, okay, those things are nice. But that's not the self-care I'm talking about. It's really going within. It's getting in touch with our breathing. It's eating, putting the right foods in our mouths and being conscious about that, right? So that's the blackness that I know. And so once you start getting back to that, and you start feeling that black love, ooh, like the word, because you think about the music in the 70s, it was all about love. Like every song was about love. It's like you start feeling like that. It's like you are now reclaiming your blackness in a certain way. So you ain't gonna look old and shriveled down. It ain't happening. It's not happening. It's not even possible. And I'm telling you, I don't even know how I'm glowing because the amount of sleep I've gotten since One Africa has not been impressive. Like I need to get more sleep. I got to get more sleep. But I've just been thinking about each of these people who was presenting and what they were saying. And I was like, damn, they brought their A game. And they brought it just because we asked. It's like they said yes, and they said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. It wasn't half. They didn't say, oh, I'm just going to kind of put something together. Let me piece together. Oh, no. People came out with new stuff. They said it in a different way. They said it with that One Africa love, and it was very apparent. And so, yeah, I tell you, older people who are deciding to be elders, and when I say that, elders who are committed to making sure that young people understand the stuff they've contributed in this world, right? But are also still open to learning new stuff. But they are taken, like I look at a Professor James Small, he is clear about his position as an elder. Sister Shawaz Ali, clear about her position as an elder. Dr. Baina Bello, clear about her position on being an elder. Dr. Rosalind, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, they are clear, right? And we know they're clear because of the way they have interacted with us in a real way. And they are, and so I look at them and I'm like, God, they are getting, younger, because it's like something is sparking them. They have Blackness to live for. I tell you, that Blackness, it's, yeah.
It is. Yeah. It is, sister. It is, Sister Queen. Because, like I said, the moment the pain of 400 shrinked us. And let me explain a little bit. It's just a message. It's just a vision. It's just what I get that I give. That pain of 400 years that is past the trauma from generation. I mean, we get, psychologists or scientists, they'll put it in another way, but I'm giving it from the source, the way it is. And so whether after that we were having babies, out of this trauma, out of this pain, the oldness was already in us before now. Mm-hmm. And that's why, even though by the divine, we don't crack, we know. But in the mind, in our subconsciousness, that's why when Dr. Elaine Ferguson came here, she's also a holistic spiritual,
yes.
She said, never, ever use that word OLD, because we don't. Right? She doesn't pronounce it. She said, like, don't ever pronounce it. Nobody should even make a word out of it. Because what you pronounce is exactly what comes to you. It's like you calling it onto you. All right. And then not only her, Mama Bello had said that long time ago. Not only Mama Bello, we had Adama Alaji, Queen Alaji, who was sitting here. You look at her having a 40-year-old son, and you look at her and ask if she's 35 or 32. And she said the same thing. And she said the same thing. So we have to understand the love that we are having is a whole reverse. It's a whole reversal thing. But you need to believe it, and you need to observe you. When you observe you, you would actually understand what we are saying. We don't do that word, and we are reversing in this love. So it's a compensation.
Yes.
Just watch that you don't take the toxic. We don't take the toxic into us, and to proceed or to facilitate it. Let's just go back to those things and watch yourself 20. They're going to give 20 back. You will not believe it. Felicia, look at you. You were just saying my older is 18. Give me this girl here. Give me this girl here at 16 or whatever. Yes. It's not even a figure.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm feeling I'm feeling so energized. But I think about I'm so grateful that I was just able to just be on this journey with everybody, because years ago I didn't know of a Professor James Small. I didn't know of a Dr. Baina Bello. And I think about how the divine said, listen, it's time for you to get on with your purpose. And so they align things in a way where it just happens. And you're like, okay. And then now I'm here, like literally, like I'm here. And, and I also think, because it's the same with you when I look at you. And that's why I was like, oh, I immediately liked you, because you're always smiling. And I don't think people really think about this smiling, right? Because the smile it's for the outside. Yeah, but it's really for the inside. Because when you smile, you automatically feel better. And you should be smiling, because if you can move, you should be smiling. And listen, I there's times I'm not feeling good some days or whatever, but my general personality, generally who I am, I'm smiling and I'm happy. because it's like, I love me some Black people. I love when I see Black people. It's just like, it fuels me. And I think this is what I want everybody to understand, is that we need to use each other to fuel us. The energy, it fuels us. It gets us getting done the things we need to get done. And we also are fueling someone else. So it's not, because everything about us is reciprocal, right? I'm not going to keep taking from you. I'm giving you me. I'm giving you me, right?
Yes.
And so two things, it's like, I just don't understand why anybody wouldn't want this, And so this idea, this yes, thank you. Oh, such a fine looking gentleman. Oh, I love it.
$1, one Africa. That's my mentor. That's everything. That's
Oh wow!
the
Oh my God! It's like,
Marvin Gaye.
wow! Yes, this is a beautiful African looking man. Yes, but I'm telling you, like this. We are. I love how you said activating the melanin. Activate. Yes, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And so it feels good to be around you guys. I tell you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So I just want to bring down some of the feedbacks that are coming from the chat. I know you can see some of them, but you can also, like, we want to get back and touch base with our audience, with the family that is listening and watching us. We want to thank you. Every time we show our faces, we are more and more and more. That is exactly what Felicia is saying. I love me some. We can't even do without each other. It's just impossible. It's the one.
It's impossible. Yeah,
that is
just impossible.
So please, I want you to pump your heart here, and just tell Felicia how beautiful, how gorgeous she is to have put down, that work. You needed to have seen her. If not, she's not picking up a call. She is sitting up. If you know what happened between these 2 days and all these things we were talking about, we literally did not sleep. We were 24 hours awake, trying to make the impossible possible, trying to get tickets from one ticket to one and other. And so that is it. But look at us sitting here shiny, and nothing is even happening. So pump her the love, please. Share your comments. I'm going to bring it up to her. Joel Lito is a Gino brother from mine, watching from Cameroon, from Africa. And I think that's wow. She said, great program. Bless you guys. Thank you, Joel. Joel, I see you from Yaoundé City. Thank you so very much.
Yes.
Wow. This is so beautiful. Matamera is the sister queen of us watching from South Africa. She's Namibian, and she's like, yes, it's all in our genes. And you can see all these things coming out. So please show some love. Talk black to sister Felicia. She's
I like that. Talk black.
Yes. And so please don't forget, you know where to go and subscribe as she's talking to you. If you don't want to miss this vibe here, if you don't want to miss the 12-12 goals, the 12-12 movements, the happy movement, the oneness. So, hey, please. Now look at what here it is.
Oh, yes. I'm hot. Yay. Listen, being over half a century, somebody's calling you hot, I'm going to take it. I'm taking it. Thank you. I am hot. I'm telling you, this is, people are like, why? I'm like, because I love Black people. Like, you can feel like this too. Like, we really can. We used to feel like this. We work together.
So much. We're getting this one from Amsterdam. Look at that. Wow.
Amsterdam.
Look at the vibes coming everywhere. Pump it. Show us where you're loving us, where you're watching these beautiful queens all Black. Look at us. Did we plan to dress like that? No.
I know we didn't even coordinate this. So I'm telling you, you just might be me with an accent. I'm telling you, you are just Felicia with an accent. Or I'm Susan Tata without an accent. Either way, we did like the same people. And I have to. Every time I think about you, I got to just thank Professor Small, because he kept telling me early on. He's like, "It's his sister. You need to meet this sister." You know, and I was like, "Okay, I need to meet the sister. Who's the sister?" You know, so I'm so happy that
Same thing he was telling me. You have to meet your other part, the other version of the 12-12. So you see, this is what I mean, the oneness. That's the one is complete. It's one, looks the same, unique, everything. And that's how we see
yes.
each other.
Wow,
Much
you have
love from Italy.
everybody.
Mhm.
Wow, you have everybody. You got Italy. Everybody's up in your chat.
What are
That's
you talking?
wow.
Just wait. Let them begin to palm where they're watching from. You're gonna be shocked. So just wait. Tell us where you are watching from. If you want to call on the show, somebody was like, "Oh, Susan, we don't call again on your show. Please, you can call. I'm in the studio and I'm gonna pick up your call. You know where to call. +49 1578 211 2379. Call us in, share your impressions with us, give us a feedback, ask your questions. We're right here. I know people already used to just always, posting their comments in the chat and being part of it. Because some people used to like, they cause distract and it takes some times and this and that. But we are here. Za 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 za. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Yeah,
It was
this Miss Cheryl Penny, she been getting it in. She just been South Africa. Oh my God, I went to South Africa. I had a good time in South Africa. Table Mountain, that was beautiful. I was like, oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. I mean, when you hear the jungles, when you hear the slums from the talks, you hear the za 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 za. It's just like everything is just coming waza. And
Yes.
that is it. That is it. No other person would have told us that. Hey, at this moment we'll be doing what we're doing now, connecting. Tell us that even 3 years ago we'll just be looking at. And so one thing that is gonna happen that is gonna be so big, Sister Felicia. I'm just to all our audience. We're meeting in Panama, and then we're meeting in Germany. And in Germany, of course, that's what we should have done. You remember when they murdered Judge Floyd? We never
Mhm.
had a tribute. We never mourned because immediately it was like a plan. They just did it and then did what? COVID. Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm. Sit us
And
down.
so we did not. So in Germany this year, we at the One Africa Expo and Festival, we are paying a tribute. We say we want to mourn him again, want to remind him because after everything, when he cried out to Mama, I mean, him is all of us, all souls, all from the ancestors to the ones to the Brenda to all of them. Yeah. So even to the ones that are still happening now. So we're gonna put out a tribute, and from that tribute, because like
Nice.
Europe doesn't know about Black history, just a word about it. And if you say Black history, they start talking about the enslavement, and that's all they know about it. They've never known us as a one people. And so what we're
Mm.
saying now, even all our audiences, where we're going to be going, because I think that was the melting, that was the one that took out that pain for us to set the pain, to set all of us, all Blacks.
Oh, that's gonna
And
be nice.
yes,
That's gonna be
and why the world had to rise up. Every other person is coming and nothing is really kind of like, but why the world had to rise up in one voice and like, oh no, you should do this. So that voice is that power, and that we have to remember. And like I said, we never really mourned him. We just did it in our cold way, but we never saw face to face. And other people took the stage like they cry, even our own cry dies, right? They will
yes.
cease everything from us and just like, because that's our world history. Yes, Mary is saying it. Black history is world history. And so we want to pay that tribute at that ceremonial,
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
and that's where we're gonna start a lot of things. So yes, and guess what? I leave it to you to read your comments, enjoy your comments, and everything that is coming.
Let me tell you, I saw St. Martin come up, and I was like, Marshall from St. Martin, I'm coming to see you. St. Martin is
Yes,
like my favorite Caribbean island to go. Oh my God, I love key lime pie and going to St. I love St. Martin. St. Martin is it's just such a beautiful island. It's such a
yes,
beautiful
yes,
island.
yes. So you see, all of us, Papa Cheesy, all
I love
the
your chat.
time, always,
Oh my God, I love your chat.
always
Oh,
putting
everyone.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's so
family wants
funny.
to be
But
here.
we both
The
have
date,
accents. You know what?
when I say
I
it's
know.
asking the date. Mhm.
That's so
Go
funny. He
ahead.
said we both have accents. Yeah. When is the dates? When is this tribute happening?
4th to the 7th of August. That's when we say we're meeting in Germany. Because for us, it's the break. It's the break. Like we crossed over. Now you see why every other thing in 1884 is a no, it's over. It's over now.
Mm,
And so the stories that our children and the next generation is going to be talking about is one Africa, Detroit. We united, we celebrated, we loved. And when we will be talking about any other thing that is called our history or whatever, it's just going to be, their history. So, but now our history is what we just created. So I want to thank all of you, all of you.
yeah.
We're going to celebrate. We're going to gather. We're going to put it out there. We're going to put him again. You would never forget this. We're never going to forget. All our ancestors, the ancestral walls are going to be there up to the youngest ones. And
Mm,
that was him that was murdered in that kind of a thing. We cannot just forget. We cannot just say the world rose up and it's gone. No, we can't. We have to do it in our own and do it in our own way. Like we say, the Patrice Lumumba, they're bringing back the tooth to Congo. Yeah, we're gonna do all that. We're gonna bury all them in the way we're supposed to do, according to our own self. Yes. So
yes.
yeah, we're going to Germany. Please undo. We're going to undo the Berlin 1884 from the 4th to the 7th of August 2020. We're gonna undo it. Yes, it's not funny anymore. Now we are United Republic Africa. That's true. Yeah, that's true. And then we're not going to remember that actually if we have this conversation on Wednesday, so we're actually 12 days to the 23rd. And actually, Marsha Lawrence, who just wrote to you, we were coordinating as you would see these forces that we're saying are always waiting to creep in. For whatever reason, we didn't have that show on Wednesday. And even on Thursday, we're having your own technical, whatever, no access and all of it. But no problem. We are doing it. We wanted to start that Wednesday up to the 23rd. It would have given us 12. Like we said, it's a 12-12 thing. So on the 23rd, we already said it, it's the birthday of the Organization of the African Unity. That is
Yes.
the mark where our ancestors gathered and say our children are going to be one. Now they come up with some kind of funny things we don't know. That is 25th, as usual. Yes, 25th. Now they had to gather and drink, but that's not. The 23rd was the day they met and sat and they stamped and they agreed and they put everything together. Africa, don't forget. That's how they steal your date. It's the
Yeah.
23rd. So we're gonna 23rd, 24th, 25th. And a lot of us, we say we want to do an action. We also want to plant 12, 12, 12, 12 trees. Remember, we're planting the next generation to start watering it and see the unity. And that's
Mm,
all, like we
yes.
say, is that symbol.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, this is great. Now, wait, I had a question about. Okay, so wait, when is Panama? Where?
Panama is next
Oh,
week. We should already be like, we don't say things again online here. You know what happened? And so, yes, we'll be doing all these things in our chat. And yes.
you know what? Let me tell you, you ain't never lied about that. Because we're getting ready to go to Egypt one of these days. We ain't putting no dates nowhere. We just gonna show up, post all that stuff when we get back and land down. Because yeah, and I love it. Drinking my water, that is like the best thing you could have ever told me. I'm just gonna drink my water and mind my African business. Like yes, like oh my God, yes. Oh, there's Leo. Leo's in the house.
Everywhere.
Leo's
Yes.
always,
Yes.
yeah,
Uncle
Leo's
Leo.
always yeah, big time happy. Wow, Leo, okay, God, Leo look good too. Like, what's going on with you? You got like a beautiful chat going on over here, Dr. Susan Tata. This is nice.
Of course. Of course.
Very
Just
nice. Very
if you
nice.
think of anything, drink your water and just mind that business there.
Yeah. Drinking my water and minding my African business. love it. I love it.
So that's who we are. That's what we're gonna be. So, sister, now we know the game and we understand it. So, even the Queen Mother in Panama is sweating as I'm talking to you. A lot are not getting visas as planned. They are trying to whatever they can, like we do know. And even those that were already supposed to be there, they can get on the planes for whatever reason. And yes, so but nothing is going to, as you know, it was already the crossover. I spoke to her today. I said, no, it's over. Now we can think about
Yeah.
every other thing, but it's over. Yes, we really over it. So, what moves should we expect? Let's go back to topic. I mean, we've been, you see, that's who we are. The moment we get into the family, it's gonna be everything like this.
Yes.
We don't
Yes.
know anything again. Like we don't stay on top. It's like, oh, okay, now what is there to eat and something? Yeah. Mhm.
Yes. So what's next? Oh, I see. Teak Wellbeing. Oh, that's our girl. She's everywhere. She lives in Boston. She comes down. She takes the most beautiful pictures of our people, our birds, of everything. I love her. But okay, so what we have next? So first, we are going to this month we're going to get out this book and we're going to get the live stream. We need more people to look at the live stream. The
Mhm.
numbers we wanted 1 million people looking at this live stream.
Yes.
We are still committed to 1 million people looking at the live stream.
Yes.
So that's going to be up. You'll be able to go to Vimeo. It'll be nicely priced where you can just watch it over and over again. You might just be able to rent it if you don't want to just keep it. But either way, it is important for you to get the message because the message is still going to be there. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, Next, then we have we're going to be doing a little something at Happy. We're going to be expanding. We just can't talk about it yet because sometimes when
Yes.
you talk about it prematurely, then that's when everybody is coming. So we just going to be keeping it under wraps. But just know this summer we will be announcing something pretty big. But it's really now we're laying the foundation. We're trying to get everybody connected. And when we say connected, is we need to be able to have access to one another. You have an event, we need to be able to say, "Oh, yo, Dr. Susan Tata, here's our mailing list. Give us your stuff. We'll send it out to them." Because we need to be able to disseminate information quickly to each other.
Mhm.
Okay, that's really important. So that's why we keep telling you guys, "Oh, make sure you're signed on with us." We have a newsletter at Happy Talks that we put out every month. You guys sign up for the newsletter, happyfilm.com. Just go sign up for the newsletter. That way you are tapped in. Because when we start sending out information, and not just from us, because again, it ain't just about Happy. We can't be okay if Dr. Susan Tata is not okay. Susan Tata can't be okay if New Era, which is a group that we gave an award to, if they're not okay, right? So everybody, we all have to be in this together, and we all have to be sharing access to our people because
Mhm.
that's the next level is getting all connected. Okay,
Mhm.
and then we'll be announcing something this summer. We can't just say it yet, but just trust me, something's coming. But everyone needs to be connected. Everybody got to get connected. Everyone has to, like you said, subscribe to everyone's things because when stuff comes out, we don't say, "Oh, I didn't know."
Yes.
No, if you're not subscribed, to us. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's where we are. Yeah.
Right. So I hope all of us that are watching here have already subscribed to the Happy Talks. Like I said, it's a 12-12 policy. I am because you are because I am. And so even if you may be busy, you cannot type it. Remember when your alarm rings at 12 p.m., you should be doing just that. You're right. You should be doing just that. And what we all are here to do, like she said, and you know where you're going to find the in information. She's always going to be here, and she's always going to tell us. And if she doesn't tell us, we are all. You see, that's the power of one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the power of
It is.
oneness.
Yes.
That is the power, right? Kwame is saying, when are we bringing the remains of the conference? Because we just buried, and now we have to bring the body home for celebration. So we just
Yes.
buried the disunity. Now the unity is awake. When are we bringing home? Anyway, you have to share that, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I like what you said. It's a way of how we just this is what we're doing now. This is our new
Mhm.
normal. We working together. Like that's
Mhm.
it. Like we're
Mhm.
literally working together. We've been hearing so many Black love connections from that weekend. And when I say love connections, I'm not really speaking about like relationships between men and
Yeah.
women. I'm talking about love connections in terms of business working with other businesses. Because
Mhm.
whatever we're going to be doing needs money, right? We
Mhm.
understand that. All movements are powered by money. Okay.
Mhm.
And money and resource. And so we were so excited about the things that we've been hearing that's been happening. People working with each other. We've been getting a lot of emails like, "Oh, do you remember such and such? She was there. Can you give her, her number because I need to connect with her. I'm doing this thing over here." Like, so a lot of that has been happening, and so we're really,
Mhm.
excited and trying to foster,
Mhm.
making sure that happens.
Beautiful. You see, they and now we're getting into it. I like what this brother Bloodline is saying. Like, we also have the economic freedom fighters in South, the EFF, and all the advocacy for 1 million, for 1 million. You see always the one in it. I've never seen anybody that in this movement is saying, "Oh, you know what? I need 10 million." It's always the one.
It's the
It's
one
the
million.
one again. I keep saying it. The
Yeah.
one, the one, the one, the 1 million, the 1 million that must view the One Africa conference. And we are ticking. Remember, they called for the 1 million on Pan African Daily. Now the EFF is calling the 1 million. And our elder is saying the $1 one Africa. The one is it. Anything, any business you want to do, it has to go in the oneness. Okay. So
Yes.
yes, we must do it. We must just so do it as soon as possible. Let's get the 1 million watching. Can you imagine the impact? Do you imagine the love? If you want to watch that incredible moment where everybody or Felicia say, "I was crying," please watch it. This is something nobody would ever tell us. Nobody would ever explain. I've got a lot of people like Dr. Susan. They're always saying that what you said. What is it that you said? I said, I don't even know what
Oh
I
my
said.
God.
Watch
You know
it.
what? See, but let me tell you. Let me tell you, okay?
Go
Because
watch it.
yeah, because so one of my jobs is like when we started, putting this together, we were working with other people. We're like, hey, listen, any tickets that you sell under your name, we give you 30% of what that ticket sell is, right? So I'm looking at all the numbers. So I'm looking at all the people that are looking at purchasing the link. That number's like huge. It's like crazy. Then I look at the people who actually bought a ticket. I'm like, So I'm sure them people are like, oh, what did you say, Susan Tata? Those are the same people who didn't get their ticket. And I'm like, listen, we can't be doing all of that. We can't do all of that. And so it's like the numbers don't lie. And the other piece is that when you bought a live stream ticket, I got your email address. So like some of the people in the chat, I'm like, okay, they all like, yeah, oneness, be one. But I'm like, I didn't see your name on that email list, and I didn't see you show up in Detroit. So we got to stop it. We got to stop that, right? You have to invest in this in a real way, right? And I got it. Like if you don't have the money to do things, and there were a few people who were like, listen, I want to do it, but blah blah blah, and we worked some stuff out with them, you know. Like sometimes it's, we think it's so easy. Oh, $50, I could do it. And everybody can do $50. But that doesn't mean that they can't have access to something, right? So we were making sure we took care of people who didn't have access. But for those who did have access and are talking trash and like da 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 da, I'm like, see, you didn't even get a ticket. So that's not okay. And I know exactly who you are. Okay. So you're gonna have another opportunity, okay, to help us get to that 1 million, because that's the piece. It's getting to that 1 million, right? So if you didn't get it here, it's okay. It'll be up on Vimeo in a cup, and that's why you got to get tapped in. So hey, look, it's for sale now. And then you can get your copy and look and see and understand why Dr. Susan Tata and I are like this right now,
Yes.
where we are talking about this, because you'll understand once you see and feel this conference, because you're going to feel it unless you're dead inside. And we know you're not dead inside. So you're going to feel this.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to, I was trying to explain to somebody like what you were saying. And I was just like skipping around. They were just like, Okay. And I was like, no, just get it. Just be tapped in and get it. Okay.
You see, that's the doorway. That's the doorway to the continent of love and the goddesses of love. Like you see us here, the brilliance and the intelligence that you're seeing here is not just from the physical that you're seeing, it's the soul. And
Yeah.
so the kingdom is for everybody to get access, to get the keys to tap into it, and to get to another level, to another dimension. Why we are advocating for the 1 millions on our platforms. Just imagine for 1 second, just imagine that all of you watching are going to share this video and that everyone knows. I know that they're big, they're cumbersome because we don't come into a talk to talk 10, 20 minutes, isn't it? But of course, we're going to chop the pieces and we put it so for easy, sharing or distribution. Of course, we're going to do that. All the conversations we've been having here, we're going to do exactly with Happy, what Happy is teaching us to do, what Happy is
Yeah.
teaching us to do. And you know what? I don't even bother to even bother myself again because Felicia is here. And Felicia, did you ever really tell them what you do?
Yeah. So wow, I do a lot of things. It's so funny. Like what I do in like my other life or what I do in happy life. Which one are you talking about?
Like they don't even know that you sitting here, your whole movie that you're acting in the oneness, and all of us will just be seeing it. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like, we were looking for, oh, how do we start the industry of this production and filming and this and this and this, and we said bring your talent because we have the right people. All what we've been Hollywooding or Nollywooding or Woodywooding or whatever, the oneness Woody now is coming on the right platform. So imagine 1 million of you that is watching me, watching
Yeah.
Queen Sister, the 1212 girls. When you see us, you know it. Just imagine the 1 million of you that is it impossible? Just like setting your alarm at 1212 to give the 1 million. 1 million. We are 2 billion on the continent.
That's
We are
you know
450 million or 500 in the diaspora. When they even give those figures, I don't believe it. Because remember how they make our map always small, always small,
mhm,
always small.
mm,
When a Chinese child looks at the map, they see China big. But when
yeah.
an African child looks at the map, Africa is always so small. It's everything is intentionally made to make it look small. So just
Yeah.
imagine us sitting here and we are knowing that we're maybe 5 billion for whatever thing they tell us, right? And we are asking for 1 million. We're not even asking. It's a duty that 1 million has to view the One Africa conference. It's a duty that 1 million has to give it. We have to give it to EFF, Julius Malema. It's a duty that 1 million has to give it to Pan African Daily. It's a duty that 1 million has to contribute the $1, One Africa. It's a duty. Just imagine the power of a one.
Yeah, and I was just here thinking, I was like, okay, in terms of Black women, like you are holding it down. You are holding it down. Your show is holding it down. You need to get to this with 1 million. You need to get there. You are fast on your way. I don't understand why you're not. You don't have 1 million people yet because you are doing the thing, and you have not been doing this for. You haven't been doing this media, this piece of it for a long time. You have literally been able to mobilize and get people going. So yeah, the million people, I don't understand. We need to get this going. Like, yeah, that needs to happen. Yeah, that needs to happen. Like, and the thing about it is like everybody here knows somebody. Everybody here knows somebody who's on a computer. Tell them, look, just sign on. Just sign on. Send them the link where they just have to hit the button. That's why I tell everybody. They just do something where you just hit the button. We had a QR code, and I was like telling everybody, put your phone up to the QR code and hit the button. That's it. Make it very easy.
So easy. So easy.
So easy.
Remember it. Put it in it. Happy Movement 1 Africa 1212 Ubuntu. These are the codes that are defining, changing the narrative. There's sometimes the only numbers that you hear and see is the 1 and looks the same. It's the same. Turn it.
Yeah.
It anyhow, it's gonna be the same. So yes, sister, we want to congratulate you. We celebrate you. We love you. We love you so much. We're so married to each other, our kings or queens. And like I said, we don't have any other business. We drink water and unite. That's our only business in this planet. Just drinking water in our business of unity. I don't know any other thing that I can say again.
Yeah,
Hear what
yes,
they're saying. That's so beautiful. I wonder if they got some beautiful female offspring. I would love to be their in-laws.
oh my God, I love it. I love it. Yes, I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Oh God, I love I love everyone on here. While someone's watching from Finland.
Yes.
Wow, that is so dope. Oh, this is
What are you
great.
talking about? Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
watching from
We
Finland,
everywhere.
Russia border.
I'm telling you, we are everywhere. This is
Yes.
I'm telling you, we just gotta get tapped in. Need to have all our meetings on a spiritual plane so that way everybody know what's going on. And we just come back, we wake up, we start taking care of business. And that can happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
That can
yes.
happen.
All. So, what do you want to round up with, sis? Wait, I think I hear something coming up here. Someone is asking a question. Happy film. Hi, YouTube. That
Yes.
your YouTube?
Yeah, that's how you find us on YouTube. Happy Film.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy Film is everything. We're on every social media platform as Happy Film. Our
Mm,
website is happyfilm.com,
mm,
Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of it, Happy Film. Um, this is what I just want to just leave with everyone. I just want to leave a feeling of just gratefulness. Just gratefulness.
yes.
Right after I spoke with you, I was eating breakfast on Monday morning, and you said something to me. You were just like, find some water and just and just be grateful, right? And I was thinking about that. I told Taiki, I was like, look, and when I get excited, I'm talking like a mile a minute, right? And Taiki's always like, oh, slow down. Wait, what? Wait, I didn't hear it. Slow down. I'm like, see, black girls understand talking fast. The men don't understand talking fast, but whatever. So I'm trying to talk slow, and I'm trying to like remember everything you said. And I was like, Dr. Susan Tata said, find some water and go there and make sure you're grateful. Right. And so when I was just thinking about this whole idea of being grateful, and I am so grateful. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for everyone who is who believed in us from the beginning, who's continuous believing in us, and who's coming on believing in us, because it's not you're not just believing in myself and Taki and Dr. Motley. You're believing in what we're you're believing in our intention. It's for Black people to be okay, right? And that's what you're believing. You're believing in this happy principle, which is us coming together and working cooperatively. That's what you're believing in. So anytime you do anything, you sign on to your show, you sign on to, all of our people, King Simon, all of our people who are trying to move us to the next level, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like you are signing on to this movement, and you are saying that want to be the power and unity. You're saying that. You're saying that's what you want. You are becoming part of that oneness. So I just sit here so grateful. I'm grateful for you, grateful for all the people, beautiful people in your chat. And just thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Queen. It's the same thing. We love you. We bless you. We're grateful. We're thankful to the universe for such a beautiful, beautiful piece. Chai. Hey, huh. You see, that's what we would say.
Yes. 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 Oh my. Love it.
Like you don't even want to go, isn't it? Say here is like, oh, I just don't want to go. I don't want to leave here.
I
Thank
know.
you, sister.
Girl, I can't wait till I meet you. We're gonna have such a good time. We got to make sure we don't have nothing to do the next day, because we're not gonna have time to get to doing whatever we're supposed to be doing. So we got to make sure we meet up and we clear a couple of days and really, just enjoy each other. So, girl, thank you for just thank you for being you.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you too. Thank you, sister. We love you. So we're gonna stay in touch, and then to get the follow up, it's not gonna end. It's not just the end that we're doing. It's a whole
No.
series. Every other thing that you want us to be aware, you want us to pay attention to. When is it ready? When everything. I mean, even if you don't have time, you know that you're gonna put it to me, and I would also be here. I would also be here too. I'm the messenger. You know. So thank you so very much, Sister Queen.
Yes.
Greetings to everyone out there. Send our love to them, and that we're together in the spirit of one Africa, oneness. Thank you.
Oneness.
Thank
Yay.
you.
All right. Peace.
Bye. Bye. Peace, sister. Bye. Thank
Peace.
you.
Love you.
Good. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. Thank you so much for signing in and being here. And I also want to share and pour my gratitude to all of you and your families and your loved ones and wherever you are. We're so thankful that we're doing what we're doing now in this particular moment. I don't even know how to say it again. I don't know how much more. The big thing that while, like I said, we are on the crossover, it's just to emphasize on what is it that we should be doing. We don't want to go back into the old. We don't want to lick the old once again. It's all over. We all declared it. And so now begin to observe, begin to see the changes in you. It has to be there. It is there. And I know it. So, but you need to feel it. You need to see it. You need to observe it. There's something cut off. It was that past that disunited us. Something connected us. You must feel it. You must. You must look up to it. Okay. And if that thing connects you, you will just understand that all of us that are on this mission need your support. You need our support. We need your support. And that's this power of oneness. That's the power of 1212. I am because you are because I am. Ubuntu. One love, home and abroad. So when we're looking for 1 million, give Julius Malema 1 million subscribers. When we're looking for 1 million, give Happy 1 million. It's not just your one, but remember, each one of us are represented. I don't know, they say 10,000 ancestors, I say 1 million more because we're an extension. And if we take each piece and we put up to how many thousands of years, so it's an extension of one that is multiplying. We want to move over and the power of 1212, the power of oneness, the same. You, me, you. 12, 12. Don't ask me why not 13. We've been saying it here. I mean, the prophet that gave us this vision had it. Form galaxies of 12, 12 and set your solidarity alarm on 12, 12 p.m. every day. When it rings, you remember me, I remember you. Finish, game over. And we all know that we've done that. So the next level, like we say, we're bringing some very key events that are going to be happening. Now, do you also want to think that all these things are happening in beautiful May? We have given you all. You can go, some of you that were not there, go back to the past conversations that we've been doing where I said, welcome, beautiful May. And goodbye, April. We say goodbye, dear April, but welcome, beautiful May. A lot of things. And if you come to think about it, the Mother's Day, May, whatever that is transpiring, because it's that power of oneness. And you begin to ask, why did our forefathers sat in Addis Ababa on the 23rd and say no? So it means every other thing that we're seeing and calling different countries and different leaderships is fake. It's an illusion. It's an agenda that is not working and will not work. But the only difference that made that agenda stand still was because we believed in it. We believed in it. We believed in the disunity. We believe in the 55 countries that are different. We believe in the Anglophone, the Francophones. We believe in everything that was disuniting us. We had believed in it. We didn't even believe that we could be one. We didn't even believe that when we set at 12:12, we are going to be one. We didn't believe anything before now. Before Detroit, we didn't believe. But now you begin to ask, why even are we going? Even the Panama, why in May? And it's even the 23rd is going to hammer when the children in Panama, in the Caribbean, are reconciling. It is going to happen in that period on the 23rd. It is starting on the 19th to the 26th of May. Why? Ask yourself, why? What is that reconciliation that is happening at this 23rd? Why not in April? When we crossed over and we said it at the One Africa conference, remember, it was 30th and 1st. So 30th all started and we crossed over into the 1st of May. It was over. Finish, gone, please. I still want to say it. And like someone is really saying here, Queen Dre is saying, thank you for all the day. I'm learning so much. Your chosen queen. Yes. Chosen ones. Crossed over. Whatever you want to call it. Okay? Said it. Beautiful me. Believe it. It was an illusion. 23rd, it was over, but we didn't believe it. The generations did not believe it in 1963. They didn't. But they had already given. We were already united. Why didn't we believe it? And most of the time we always still go there and like, you see, we're not united. Oh, we're fighting each other with this. These are all illusions that we believed in. But now it is over. Now we know the power. We know that we crossed over. We know that we are one. We've set our alarms. We're just doing what we're here to do. And believe me, it has no color, that love that we're talking about. It is Mother Earth giving it to humanity as a collective. Doesn't have a color. That's the power to heal the world and the universe. Because all of them are your children. They all came from you. They all came from you. Whether you call them purple, black, short, tall, rich, not rich, whatever happened, you gave them birth, Mother Africa. You created them. You did it. You fed them. Whatever they turned back to do to you, whatever they did, just drink your water and mind your African business and trust and believe in mommy. It's done. Believe in you. Thank you for just subscribing to Happy. Thank you. We all love you too. Okay. So that's just what I wanted to keep this momentum again. We're rounding up. It's 3 minutes into the show or into this conversation today. Tomorrow, I don't know who is going to be coming live. I want to get Baba Smalls. And normally we should also get King Maponga. I think he's recovering and I think he's left the hospital. I had to get a conversation with him this afternoon. He called and I think he was on his discharge. As you all know, if you didn't know, he had a fracture. And just a lot of things have just been happening. But never worry. Don't fear anything. Exactly. Now you got it, Cheryl. As the consciousness comes up, you begin to understand the power of the numbers. And she's just saying it. 23, 3 times is 6, and times 2 is 12. I love it. I will not even tell you. It's just given. But now you twist it anyway. You're going to get to that. And even if you put it again, 1 plus 2 is 3. And if you combine it, you're still going to come to 23. So these key factors, the power of the numbers that we're talking about, and the codes and decoding is very important, very useful. So I want to thank you so much. We thank ourselves, we empower ourselves, we enrich one ourselves. Listening from Guyana, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever you're listening, please, it never would fall on anything. Like I said, it was an illusion. Drink your water and say we're one. Finish. You will not even see it again. I don't see the disunity anymore like I used to see. Why? Because we sat here and we cried. If you remember, it is almost 2 years. We sat here and we cried. Didn't we cry? All of us. We did. And we prayed. And our prayers, our tears came down. We saw how the Chinese are molesting our people. We saw how our people in their ignorance are carrying them, are lobbying for them. What is it that we never saw? We saw how our children, from the murder of George Floyd to the others, we saw how the world became just something like a piece of what in the eyes of us. We saw everything. You and I, kings and queens, we sat here and we say we want only one thing. One thing. Whether it's EFF talking about it, whether it's Juliet Ryan talking about it, whether it's our brother in Ghana, Wodemaya talking about it, whether it's Gina talking about it, whether it's Empress talking about it, whether it's Sister Shanice talking about it, whether it's Dr. Mumbi talking about it, whether it's Mama Bello talking about it, whether it's the Happy Talk talking about it. What is it that we have not cried? And do you think that all these cries that we were crying is going to go in vain? Look at the content creators on social media, on YouTube, call it anything. Look at the number of platforms that the Africans have been able to build during the times of Corona. Do you know that? Blacks are operating platforms upon platforms. That was never before. So our 400 is nothing. The catch up is going to be just now, as you're saying. The catch up is a small space. It's a small time. And so when we talk about, oh, it's not possible, oh, we're even going to take, 100 years. No, we're not going to take no 100 years. Watch it. Don't believe anything, please. Don't believe anything that you begin to say. And someone is saying Walker's sister in Nigeria named Avi Anita has a channel too. Yes, subscribe to her channel. Okay. Every one of that mission that you are seeing, you feel the spirit. Now, that's the action we need to take after we are one. The next thing is just do the action. Now, you see why set your alarm is an action to unity. It's an action. Subscribe to the Happy Movement. Subscribe. Give the donations out there. It's the next step. It's the next level. Support one another, support our businesses, support. When we say our businesses, whether it's our marriages or our families, we have suffered a lot of brokenness, whether they are damaged from our homes or our children or from anything. These ones we have to catch up so quickly. And that's why I keep saying that's our only business. Our business is nothing more than just uniting. Whether you are at work, when your alarm rings at 12 p.m., you remind yourself, that's our business. My business is just doing what? Hey, loving my brothers and supporting them. I told you, whether you have a YouTube channel or you have anything, drop it here and share it with us. All of us are going to rally and subscribe to it. Imagine each YouTube or content creator or on Facebook or anything, they have 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 1 million times 12. Tell me what that is. That's the power in unity that we're talking about. What is stopping you? What is stopping you from sharing it? What is stopping you from clicking and just subscribing? What is that next action? Why is it heavy? We have our young people, our young volunteers, the young executive teams. Okay, most of them are coming up. They're taking the messages to the village. They're talking to people. They are empowering one another. None of us is going to say that we want to build some weapons. Those are not even our languages here. No. And that's why I said, what is the next step? The next step is the biggest action for love, and showing it and practicing it and reminding yourself every day, who am I without Sister Felicia? Nothing. I am nothing. I'm incomplete. I'm not one. I'm still a half. Who am I without Marsha Lawrence? Who am I without Juliet Ryan? Who am I without my leaders on the continent? Who am I without my mothers in the diaspora? Who am I without my children sleeping on the street? I am incomplete. I'm still half. I'm not one. And until that oneness comes, until you are giving, until we are sharing, that's when the oneness comes. Okay? So all of you, all go to their channels. You will see it. Google it. And then we have books that are professors, are scholars, and even young people are coming up now. This is the revelation. This is the spirit of oneness. How do you want to see it? We have musicians that are composing. Look at the melody that is coming up. There's gonna be a time you're not going to hear some of the P words in our songs anymore. You're not going to hear the F word. You're not going to hear, instead of you calling your woman, you say my baby mama. You're not going to hear those things anymore. It is dying down. That was the past. We're not going to hear some of those words anymore. When we hear it, it's not going to sound anything. It's an illusion. Our young people, talents are coming up. They're creating the freedom songs, the love songs that the Bob Marley sang. And we're uniting and we're connecting. Anything that we used to say, oh, it's sexy because we say it. No way. It's not more. It's not more. They're your women. They are kings. Anything that we say, oh no, I want to compete because he is more. Oh, I want to be the woman because I know, it is just us. Now the work is doing it. My king, know me without a king. Mothers, women, girls, we know it. We are complete because that's how we were made. The female and the male. Complete oneness. Remember, we didn't have a gender. Go to ancient Kemet. Go to your history, our stories, our original story. And even when the universe, the divine created and say it was darkness, it was you. Did he say the darkness was female or male? I mean, these are things we need to ask. Does he say the female? Even in the scriptures or the books that you read, and they tell you about the power of oneness. We needed the co-creators and the black queen and the blackness or anything that coming out of it. Did they tell you anywhere that it was a gender? Did anybody tell you? So you can believe, and or we can begin to think, or we can make ourselves to understand that it's all the illusion, just like the illusion of I am Nigerian, you are Ghanaian, or I'm Caribbean, or you are Haitian, or you are this. Illusions. And see how we melt all of them, and everything becomes one. So that spirit of one means go anywhere. You're going to see everything. The scholars are coming. The teachers are coming. You ask your ancestors. And even they know that because we don't read books. One of the things that we also were like, oh, you know what? We are not reading books. Give an African the theory, they will not know it because they don't read. That's what we used to say. African doesn't develop because the Africans don't read. And our creator and our co-creator and our ancestors and the divine knows that my children were not taught to read because I gave them everything. Why do they need to read something? All right. But for any sake or whatever sake, because some things have been distorted and stolen and added or whatever reason that was, you ask for books. Now I give you your scholars. Just look at Dr. Wade Nabals. Just Google him, go to his books. We're going to package all these ones for those that want facility. Because you know what? I also like us. Most of us are just lazy. And it's okay. It's all right. Just be lazy, please, for some time. Because that's human. Don't blame yourself. The day you don't feel like, be lazy. Lie there, relax, do nothing. Call it a lazy day. Do you know the lazy chair? Go to Ghana, Akan, or go to Senegal. Or you look at all our expos, we have what we design as our furniture and our design, and we have what we call the lazy chair. Now ask yourself, why did our ancestors come up with that beautiful piece of work, that sculpture that is called, oh my God, I don't know why I didn't put the images here, but next time, or when we're starting the expo pictures and the conversations on what we're going to undo in Germany, I'll be showing you those pictures and explaining the reasons. Because we go to our African markets, we don't buy. And we just look at those things and like, oh, this is just a wooden thing. No. Ask or Google the lazy chair. And ask yourself, why our ancestors put it the lazy chair? I know it in the village. When you came, our elders, they've gone to the farm, take care of the cattle. They just come back, they lie in the veranda and they put their chairs on the lazy chair. It is okay to be lazy sometimes. So don't believe in the illusion, oh, Africans are lazy, oh, they don't work like us, oh, they don't get up in the morning and come back in this. Just drink your water, mind your African business, read the books from your prophets that are coming. And even those that are not reading, you see, even those that are not even reading, they still come here. The Professor James Small, the Dr. Wade Nabels, the Professor Molifi Asante, the Professor Obenga, all these professors, scholars, everything, they still come here and give you the spoken word of those books because they know us. Our ancestors know my children are lazy. Just let them be lazy. They're going to put any F1 here that is going to bring it into pieces. And that's what connects us. Don't be apologizing for anything. Yeah, someone is saying another good book, Yurugu by Miriamba Ani, The Foundation of Thinking and Judging. Yes, you see, post out those good books here. And we're going to bring it to the screen for every one of us to share. Okay? Yes. So thank you so much. When I come back to a show like this after 2 days that we were cut off, and then I have to give a lot of stuff out because exactly that's the wisdom that is been imparted unto us, and that we have to pass it. Like you say, like I said, all of us are messengers, and we come with these messages from every other, and that's why everyone has his talent to break it down. Like me, I take the village and I put it, and you in the diaspora, you take the other part of the the civilization, and we melt it together, and it forms the oneness. Pardon my broken French. I like when Sherry no, we have no accent. It's just us, particularly when we eat fufu, ugali. Yes, just be lazy in your lazy chair. Google it, you will see it, bro. I'm not joking. It's not a joke. Lazy chair. We have it. We sell a lot during the expos. We do. Because it was okay. And that word lazy, who put it lazy? It was not lazy. Because when they want to demonize you, then they want to say, oh, it's because you're lazy. You people don't work like what? You didn't come to work. Everything was made for you, African. As a matter of fact, I used to think and just like, which other people did the creator just made and give them life to enjoy? Which other? Look at it. Look at it. That's why I begin to say, please make sure you are looking. Make sure you're observing the times. Make sure you are in the change. Make sure you observe around you. Make sure the 1212 is awakening your melanin so fast, and you begin to identify which other people on this planet did the creator just give them the spirit to just enjoy. Don't work too much. It's given to you. Until someone came and said it's because you are lazy. That's why you don't have paper. Paper that when you tear it. This one is even hard. Paper, currency. Yeah. Tear it. It's gone. Until someone came and told you that it's because when you're lazy, or your parents were lazy, or your ancestors were lazy, that's why they could not do this. And we are here saying, you know what? It's because we don't work hard. Look at the word work hard. Look at the word work hard. I begin to say every word you use, make sure you understand. Let the awakening in you make it work hard. Look at the word hard, and look at why some of us, we just don't look like people anymore. We're so hardened. We're so stiff. We don't connect. We're so, that's not you. That was somebody else. Like I said, begin to look at you. After this oneness, after this Ubuntu, after the unity, look at how you glow. Look at how you rewind it backward. I don't want to call that word OLD, remember. Just look at you, drink a lot of water and just take your veggies. Go back to the nature, walk a lot. Go out, tap the sun and the melanin into you. Let it awaken in you. And the more darker, and the more, because you come from the universe of that darkness, the magic, the power. So the more you take it off to all our peers and our sisters and even our brothers that are taking it off to read it off, the more you pale and pale and pale and become hardened and soulless. And you look at even yourself, you don't recognize yourself again. But this is ignorance, this is illusions. And we are really understanding. And that's why those of you that are already awakened, be patient with your brothers and sisters that are not yet there. It's not because you know too much. It's not because I know too much. Be patient. Give them a lot of time. And when you think, oh, it's not, just drink water, please. Drink water. You still don't understand that magic. When I say drink water and mind your African business, do it each time anything worries you, anything, whether you cannot pay your bill, whether you're late at work, whether you anything, just drink water and mind your African business. And you can lie lazy in your chair. You know what is going to happen? There's not going to be any difference. Nothing would change that would have been done. I missed an appointment. Oh, why? I missed an appointment because I want to be professionally correct in front of somebody. No. And your blood sugar rises and you think, oh, I would have done something. No. Lazy chair, you just lay back. The work is going to take care of itself. You will still not lack. You will still. So you ask yourself, what are you stressing? What are you chasing for? What has put us on the street? The ability to make some fast cash, the ability to think that, oh, I must, so that I prove a point, or the ability to look like, oh, you see, you don't have because you are lazy. Lie on the lazy chair. Let it massage you. You're still going to drink water. You don't need junk. Because the more you eat, you go and buy junk. And you eat and then you blow up. And then later, what happens? I don't want to say it. You already know it. You already know it. So just be who you are unapologetically and know that we are one. All right. So now most of your things that you're supposed to be doing in your leisure time is to do a lot of research. Who am I following? Which books am I supposed to click and read? And most of us are not going to write the books. These are the books that you're already writing. Are you going to see our children going to be saying, let's read this? Now you already see how everything is melting down. Because we are not a people that have to put some knowledge in somewhere. Yes, for now, because the knowledge was diluted. And people are like, oh, you see, we don't write books. So did your ancestors give you the knowledge to write books you will write? Who gave it to them? But they gave you the knowledge to just enjoy. Everything is there. Go and do some good music, dance until the morning, eat. You know, why did they pump all this talent, only talent that are things that others are looking with they're searching for everywhere? Why suddenly the talent is just given to some particular people? You can dance as much as you want. You can play drums. You can have a rhythm. You can do anything. You can sing the best voice. You can run. You can do every other human. It's a race of all of us, a collective. It's not about something that looks like, oh, it has to be. Yeah, it's not your fault. Is it your fault that you were the co-creator? Is it your fault? I sometimes ask myself, is it my fault that I'm black? What can I be against it? If you really want it, how can I be of help? How can I be of help? The t-shirts are coming. The t-shirts are coming. It's already on YouTube Identity. It's saying that should be a t-shirt. It's already on Pan-African Daily, even on key holders and everything. And even the 12-12-23 is also coming. You're going to see all those figures. I mean, everyone can design it. Everyone can do anything that you want to do it. It's not, you know, like we said, some people, oh, have you copyrighted? And I keep telling you, don't waste your time. Stop giving them money for things that is not necessary. Oh, it's because we did not copyright our thing. Oh, it's because we did not do this. Oh, it's another trick. We don't copyright anything. I've given you the codes and everything. 12-12-23, how you want to brand it, how you want to put it. I've given you, I drink water and mind my African business. You want to print t-shirts, you want to do anything out of it, do it. We're also doing those product things like on the Pan African Daily. We have key holders for it. We have, teacups for it. I can even show you the brand. We have brands made by Africans. All the small, small things. It's all for us. We're not in the business of, we're just doing only things that unite us. I see you do, I take. You see me do, I take. Remember, I trade by barter. I take what I need. You take what you need from me. It's as simple as that. Okay. So that's very true. It's gonna come up. You just saying it. I think Kwame, I've already drunk 2 liters of water. Who is saying that? Kojo, I will drink some water in a minute. Yes. That's so true. That is so true. Please just go ahead. Do it, do it, do it. Do it as much as you can. The more water you drink, the more you dilute all the toxic. Okay. But this one now, you're doing it intentionally. If you had made a mistake, for instance, that you used to wake up in the past at 12:12 to go to work or something, and you set your alarm, or you used to eat or something like that, that was just what you did. But imagine now you're intentionally setting your alarm at 12:12 to connect us. So the intentions are so important. Imagine you want to drink your water and mind your African business intentionally, because it's the intentions that, like I say, our intentions betray us. That's what betrayed us in One Africa conference. So yes, without apology, minding our African business without apology. Of course. 2020 Cap 3, of course. And you still see most of our brothers that are still weary, are still weak, sisters, families, homes, a family tree, because we haven't activated the code enough. Now you understand the dimension at which you're rising, and you begin to see the more you rise, the more you leave the other material behind, and that's how you rise. And the more you feel light, the more you begin to you eat right, the more you think right, the more you speak right, the more some languages, some words, some vocabularies are not yours, the more you use foreign languages, you don't look at it as a problem, the more whatever. So nothing. And imagine that, because when you set it and then you drink it, so you wash it down. Try it. Why, for God's sake, we don't do our own? Set your alarm at 12:12. Drink water and mind your African business. Tell me. Anytime, begin to tell me. Okay? Yes. Thank you, Johnny boy. But I'm not going to leave here. We are teaching each other because I'm picking from your chats on the stream. I know most of us are also going. It's Friday evening. And F1, a Friday queen, a Friday girl, a 12:12 girl. Yes, many people are looking forward. And I hope all of you are going out. It's all open. I don't know where you are. I see the boys, your sons here. they're already just waiting for time, and they're going out to party, dance, enjoy life without worrying, without making too much stress about it. That's how when you drink water, it cools your heart. Whether you have your bills are as heavy, whether your mountain or your problems, drink it intentionally and just chill down. Now you see the reaction. Our children from their villages in South Africa, in Namibia, in Uganda are asking questions. They are confronting even their employees, the Chinese on the continent, and asking questions they never did. Where do you think it came from? Because from the village, we just know you pour water, it washes it away. You drink water, it washes it. So continue to activate the cord, and you just see the impact of it happening, because we are one in it. You just see everything just happening. So you realize, when I sat here sometimes ago, that it was never anything. It never was something that was planned for us, that, we had to, it's because we need to build our military. It's because your ancestors would have given you that knowledge to do it. You didn't need it, and you don't need it today, because you are made to heal. You are made to love. You are made to heal the world. And so don't follow their tricks. Don't follow it. Teach them how to do better. If they know better, they will do better. They will drop them guns and pick djembes. They will drop the guns and pick a drum. Do you hear me? They would drop those guns and pick a djembe, and we would all drum at 12:12. And if we start doing it, this is the impact you would feel. So the more drums we pick, the more we set and connect, the lesser. But we are not drumming because we're in that illusion. We're not dancing a lot. We're not talking a lot. We're not laughing a lot. We're not connecting enough. And so the lesser and the more the other parts takes place. So it's a balance, okay? So thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Queen Felicia, if you want to really appreciate her, I hope you have actually have subscribed to Happy Films. And you should be ready to buy your tickets again and to watch the real version and to watch why we all world dance and celebrate it. Okay. So thank you so very much. I'm also retiring. Maybe I want to see you. Maybe I could go out for a dance as well. Who knows? After all, that's what makes us. Okay. I mustn't go out to dance. Can just listen to some very good. I used to listen to our all. Remember when our R&Bs, our hip hops had that message, our reggaes, our Afrobeat, and go back to the old school and listen to it. Just go back to that time, relax, because you're conscious now. You will see how that message waters your soul. All right. So we mustn't go out to dance or jump in the party. You can do a party in your bedroom while you're relaxing, watching some cool, happy films, or you're watching some past conversations on Pan African Daily and just chilling out. Okay. Yeah. That's going to be so much power to your soul. So I want to thank you. Can I leave? Can we separate? Can we see not separating? Can we retire and then we connect back here tomorrow? It will be a pleasure to see you and to be with you again. I think we are going to have our young executives here tomorrow. It didn't happen like I told you. I promised you that just keep subscribe and click your notification bells. They're going to come up. Like I said, a lot of things happen and we could not come live, but now we might have a conversations with them tomorrow. So tune in, whether it's going to be 12:12 or any time that you see us come live, be a part of it. And like I said, you have a story, you have an inspiration, you have a lecture, you want to teach us about something that you know that we don't know. Have we been saying something that is not enough? And you think you can be a part and you think you can join the family and you can take it to the next level? You're welcome. Now, it's not only me that is going to be hosting you. We have our young executives that are ready and they're doing the trainings by hosting into. We also have our senior executive teams. You see Cheryl here, you see Stevie here, you see Sinovia, you see Matamera, you see Queen Vena, you see all of us are from the senior executive teams of the Pan-African Daily, scattered everywhere. Do you want to join us? Are you a queen? Are you a king? And you say, oh, I just want to be. But of course, I don't want to forget, because I also do have notifications on our Pan-African Daily TV gmail.com. A lot of people that have been saying, oh, yes, of course, we want to be a part. How can we support? How can we help? The only thing you can join are young executives if you're young, or you join the senior executive teams. It's all left. And believe me, we're not doing anything just by only empowering ourselves. Like you see, the senior executives, they are here. They're the ones moderating the chat. Then we have, Johnny Boy, Kofi, Zuma, all of you that are here. Music is now joining. 2020 Captree, Elizabeth, Mary, all of us, we are a part of the team, right? So don't feel less like I'm not doing something more. You're doing something already. Okay, you're doing something already by moderating the chat, by putting out questions out there. And I hear our brother, or I see your image is a brother. It could also be Bloodline is saying, consider me in the team. Yes, we are doing it. Because like we say, we have a lot. Our young people are going to the villages, they're going in their communities. And you know what? It's a 12-12 galaxy. So we even came up with a suggestion. I mean, these ideas are just coming. Why do we talk about our countries? How can we melt down our people worldwide into 12-12? And so we see with that power, we can divide ourselves and even the world wherever we are into 12. Don't tell me it's not doable, and don't tell me you don't believe it. The continent of 53 can become 12. And why 12? Because it's significant to our oneness. And so what we're doing with our young executives in all the communities where they are, like we came up with these questions. On next time, I think Masha Lawrence is here, and they will be coming to share this with you. It's incredible. And like we say, we just do now. We don't need to be saying anything or do anything, but we just on it. And so we were like the country representative, like let's say Congo, like, yeah, but Congo, we are 80 million people. How are we going to do it? And we just say divide it into 12. 12. Okay. So in each country, we break it down. But of course, even our map in our whole world into 12. Possible. Try it. So there's nothing that we cannot define. It depends if you think you're little or you think you are more. Nelson Mandela said it. Don't feel too small to make a change. So don't feel you're too small. Don't feel my contribution is not enough. Anyhow that you want to do it, you are part of the global healing for all of us. Okay? So yes, we can divide the world into 12 galaxies. Believe it, it's done. We're already doing it with our young executives. They know it. It's a 12-12 galaxy. So join the movement, join it. It's the One Africa Power in Unity. It's going to come in every format. It's going to come in every piece of you. Just do it. Okay. So good night. Tukupa Moja. I always hate leaving when I see the numbers on the screen, to be honest with you. And I see it. And maybe others are watching it from the different platforms, from Facebook and from YouTube. And imagine we're not even connecting all because we say just this once it's enough. All that, join us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on this. We're okay. We know where we find ourselves. We can divide ourselves. Whether you are on Empress channel, whether you're on Sister channel, Google all of them. They are there. They have their YouTube channels on. Put Sister Shanice. You're going to see her. Put Juliet Ryan or Blackset. You're going to see her. Put Wardemaya. And show me all your names, because don't think that I'm just choosing or trying to expose some other people. If I know your own, I'll call it here. Put the Nubian part to return from our Queen Ningone. Okay. I know, Sinovia, you are not late. You're part. Okay. And be intentional about it. Google, all your prophets are everywhere. They're everywhere, not only on Pan-African Daily. But the ones that are here, we make sure that we do it to all the others. And we know the message of unity is just automatically. So don't begin to think we're going to have one house and then all of us are going to sit and that's the One Africa. It's already done. It was done. We crossed over in Detroit, Michigan. That's the new story. And we're going to now untie the Berlin 1884 and this year, and everything is over. And so we'll be dancing only to that. Do you feel it? Are you in it? All right. So we see ourselves tomorrow. Tune in, click your notifications, and we are on. Yes, brother said it. Yes. You see, Juliet and Adrienne are real ones in the struggle for Black unity. Yes, all of us. Maponga Joshua, all of them, all. Even on Professor James Moore, when you Google their names now, we all have the platforms, whether it's YouTube or Facebook, you're going to see all of us there. That's the spirit. Unity, 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 oneness, 12-12. All right. If you're new here and you didn't hear about setting your alarms, set your alarms at 12 p.m. and the rest would follow. Thank you so very much. And we are going to see yourself again tomorrow, Stay sweet and stay loving one another. Drink water and mind your African business. Okay? We see ourselves. Please don't raise the number. Don't raise the number. When you see me going, you already start putting the numbers up again.
You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want. Unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Greetings, Hotep, the Pan-African Daily TV community.
After centuries of misguidance caused by slavery, colonization, lack of awareness of our history, and institutional disinformation, a new Africa is on the move, determined and getting organized. Africa to
You are watching the Pan-African Daily TV with Dr. Susan Tata. The Africa we want. Unity, consciousness, our culture, our spirituality, our history. One Africa for Africans worldwide. Motherlands calling its diaspora home. Join my voice. Join my team. Join my campaign. Campaign 21 hashtag 1 million subscribers on the Pan-African Daily TV YouTube. Be a volunteer. Apply now. Be the new Africa.